Hello everyone, welcome to SEC Fanatic. I'm your host, Matthew Johnson, and again, if you haven't listened before, SEC Fanatic can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, or YouTube, and this is the podcast that just recaps the SEC. Right now, of course, we are in the middle of college football, and so college football is mostly what everyone down here in the South likes to focus on, but of course the SEC is just now starting to gear up for a few things. Gymnastics, soccer's been going on, basketball's really about to pick up, so a few things here really starting to get going other than football in the SEC. But for now, let's talk Week 8 college football and do a little bit of a recap of Week 7. Okay, so let's go ahead and just dive in and run down Week 7 scores and breakdowns. Florida narrowly handled Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt actually had a good I believe it was 21 to 3 lead there for a while, and so that was actually pretty surprising for me. I thought that Vanderbilt maybe had a chance to knock them off, but it was not to be so. Vanderbilt ultimately fell to Florida once Florida actually turned on the gears. Tennessee beats Auburn 30-24, and with that loss, Auburn is basically put out of all their expectations. Their championship run is gone indefinitely at this point, and now they're going to have to win a game that they really aren't expected to win to be able to just make a bowl game. They haven't missed a bowl game since 2012, so I think this puts Gus Malzahn definitely firmly back into the hot seat. Tennessee had a great win, obviously for them. I don't know if it was more them making great plays, their receivers made great plays, or if it was just Auburn being bad. But that is a very good victory for Tennessee and should put them on a high note heading into this Alabama game. LSU took down Georgia at home 36-16, giving the Bulldogs their first loss. And I think that this is really a big deal for LSU and a very upsetting loss for Georgia, just because I think Georgia should still make it to the SEC championship, but I think it kind of takes out their hopes of winning that SEC championship, just because their schedule is so relaxed, and especially the college football playoff, because their schedule is so laxed the rest of the season. I don't know that they're going to be able to have enough weight with that one, even with that one loss, to say, hey, we should be in the playoff. But who knows? We'll see. Texas A&M narrowly taking down South Carolina, only by 3 points, 26-23. Alabama beating Missouri. These two teams did not nearly put up as many points as I thought they would. 39-10 was the final score. Alabama, of course, winning that, but I really expected this to be a lot more of an offensive shootout, so for it to not be was really kind of surprising. The big question here is, with Tua a little banged up, do you play him this next week? And I would say the answer would be no, because you know Jalen can win. Why risk hurting your starter up even more? And you have a bye week before heading into a tough game, so rest that man up. Mississippi taking down Arkansas 37-33. And again, I just feel bad for Arkansas and proud at the same time, because Arkansas is a bad team, and they'll probably finish last in the SEC, if not at least the SEC West, but at least they still fight in these games. And even though they're losing, they're not losing by much, which is really good for Arkansas. Arkansas will head into a game next week that they should be able to win against Tulsa. Auburn will play Ole Miss, and I'm really worried for Auburn on this one as well. It's A, at Ole Miss, and B, Ole Miss has an incredible offense, and specifically an incredible passing offense. And I have basically from the beginning of the season, ever since I saw how bad Auburn's secondary really was, kind of highlighted this game as an upset game because Ole Miss is such a powerhouse in passing. I don't think Auburn's defensive backs are going to be able to handle it. I don't think that Auburn's pass rush is as good as it has been in years past. If Auburn can't get a pass rush, then Ole Miss is going to light up the defense. Alabama plays Tennessee, and even though Tennessee has gotten back to winning ways against Auburn, Alabama is not Auburn. And even though it's at Tennessee, I think Alabama still rolls past this Tennessee team. Missouri plays Memphis. Missouri has a great offense, should be able to light up Memphis. Mississippi State plays LSU. This game was a blowout for LSU last year. I think they're a lot better this year. I think they come in for revenge. I still don't think Mississippi State's really that good. So I see LSU rolling past Mississippi State, especially since it's at LSU. And then Kentucky playing Vanderbilt. Kentucky, I still think, is a really good team, even though they took that loss to Texas A&M. They've had a bye week. They've been able to hopefully figure some stuff out. This is a key game for me, though, to see how Kentucky can rebound from a loss. I talked on it on last week's podcast. If you want to, you can go ahead and go check that out. But I think it is a very key thing for Kentucky's rest of the season to have a strong game against Vanderbilt right here and right now. But we will see, and that's going to be your SEC football recap for this week. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and thanks for listening. God bless. This has been SEC Fanatic.